Wow, what do you know? It's time for the Pocket Knife Show. Hey, it's Mike on the mic again for another episode of the Pocket Knife Podcast. Back in 2008, I went through 5 months of training, passed the National Registry written exam and a practical skills test to become a certified emergency medical technician in the state of Kansas. For 3 years, I served regularly as a volunteer EMT with my local service. Then we moved to a larger city that had a paid EMS, and I took a shift here and there whenever I could. I worked football games and tried to keep up my skills and keep up with continuing education recertification hours. I did that for several years, and then my back kind of got bad, and I decided it was time to resign. So, at the end of 2020, on December 31st at midnight, my certification will lapse. Because of my medical training, I've made the same mistake numerous times. People have called me and told me someone is unresponsive, and I thought that they were about to die. My friends usually mean that their loved one won't respond rather than that they can't. And every time I make this mistake, my wife reminds me that most people are not trained in the way I am and don't use unresponsive in the way that I expect. Maybe next time I'll understand correctly and remember what my wife said. I'm trying to be more unresponsive these days, not like in the medical term, but people keep posting all kinds of stuff on Facebook that I find interesting, to say the least. And I've commented on a few of them, trying to point out the error of their logic. It always backfires, leads to arguments. More than once I've removed my comment or shut off notifications for a post because things have gotten kind of ugly. And I hate to admit it, but I've snoozed a few friends for 30 days on Facebook. In Philippians 2:14, it says, "Do everything without grumbling or arguing." Everything. Do everything without grumbling or arguing, even commenting on Facebook posts that are absurd. So I've gone unresponsive. Well, at least I've tried to. Not that I can't comment, but that I won't comment, especially when I really want to set things right because I know the truth. Not usually. I've talked about my pride in the past on this podcast. It's just another form of it, I suppose, when I think that I have to correct everyone's errors and show them that Snopes points out that they're completely false. So, death to this. Pride does not lead to love or to compassion. Arguments tend to separate friends, divide families, worsen rifts in communities. Yet, I still do it foolishly. Let me ask a question. How do you love people with whom you'd rather argue? Deciding that I won't respond with arguments is part of it, but what more? Could I honor them in some way, or pray for them, or speak a kind word in another less volatile arena? Do everything without grumbling or arguing. God help me to obey you in this. I hope I'm still in step with the Spirit in this one when this podcast goes live. If not, snooze me for 30 days. Just a brief thought for the day. Something to help you manage as you go through this life, as you encounter people with differing opinions on this virus and who knows what else. I encourage you to, as the scripture says, to do everything without grumbling and without arguing. Till next time. Hope you have a great day. Oh no, it's sad I know we've come to the end of the show. See you next time.